Hey everybody, I thought today I would finally do my updated what's in my dance bag video. So I know for everyone who follows me on Facebook and on Instagram, I said the next video I wanted to do was a room tour because, as you can tell, new setting. However, I haven't really quite gotten the room to where I want it as far as like having it all just kind of come together cohesively. And I'm still kind of like trying to figure out little bits and pieces there, and once I start getting it to come together more, then I will do that video. Also, I couldn't really be bothered to tidy too much today. And I have there's like a box back there, and the closet is actually permanently open because the dog crate is in there, because it takes up less space in the room to do it that way. But so I apologize for any like clutter in the closet behind me. So since my last video, my last dance, well, it's my dance bag video, I never want to have a new dance bag, and also I am on Pointe now, and I have been on Pointe for just over 5 months, and I have been dancing all together for just over a year. So yes, I think a year and a couple months, which is kind of it's kind of a special thing that it happened so quickly. Usually it takes at least a year or longer to have the strength and the flexibility and technique to start Pointe work. However, I'm extremely dedicated. I was already very strong to begin with. And I was taking classes multiple times a week, and I have a very good understanding of ballet technique because I'm so obsessed with it. And I advanced very quickly, and I was ready strength-wise. I was ready at 6 months, and I didn't start Pointe until I think I was at 9 months when I finally bought the shoes and started taking my first classes, or first Pointe lessons. So that's something that's exciting and new in my dance bag. New, 5 months new. But I wanted to do an updated what's in my dance bag now that there are new things in my dance bag, and now that I have a new dance bag. So I will start by showing you my new dance bag. I've had this for a few months now too. It is big, but I needed something that had more pockets. My last bag had like one little tiny pocket on the inside, and I couldn't keep anything organized at all. I mean, not that this is overly organized, but so this is my new one, and it has, you can see it has some pins. I'll introduce you to all of my pins. I kind of have a, like when I was in high school I had a pin issue, like all my stuff was covered in pins, and so when I went to the dance store and they had all these pins, I was like, ooh, pins. But so this actually has a lot more pockets. It has a front pocket, which you can kind of see the zipper here. It has a side pocket on this side. It has a side pocket on this side. It has a pocket on the inside, and then it has like little slot pockets as well on the inside. So I guess I'll show you the pins first because they're kind of cute. So this one, which is athlete plus artist equals dancer. I'm sorry if everything's backwards on here at all because I'm filming this on the front-facing camera, so it might be mirroring it. I don't know how it'll turn out. To me right now, looking at it, it's mirroring everything. This one is Ballet is My World. And then on the flip side, we've got that, which is Human or Dancer. That's really funny. And then this one, which says, I can't really get it to show up, but it says, I think it says dance is everything, everything is dance. And then I have 3 more on this side. And this is When in Doubt, Turn Out. This one is Another Day, Another Plie. And then we have My Feet Hurt, because it's true. And I have the buttons, the 3 on this side to identify which pocket has like my Pointe accessories in it. So I'm like, which pocket am I going into? Anyway, so I'll start with the main pocket. I'm gonna save Pointe stuff for last, just because it's the exciting stuff. I mean, it's all exciting. Everything in ballet is exciting. So first up, I guess I just water bottle first, you know, water bottle, merde. I actually have a customer that shops at my store who is French, and she saw my water bottle and she started laughing. And she's like, why does your water bottle say shit on it? And I explained to her about ballet. I was like, I'm a dancer, and because in France, they say merde to all people in the arts as a way of saying good luck. And I guess she didn't know that that translated to ballet everywhere else, because ballet's language comes from French anyway. So there's my water bottle with my merde, which I actually got this from Robbie Downey. I ordered a wrap skirt from her off of her Poshmark, and she sent me this along with it as a little free gift, a little merde bracelet, and I just slid it onto my water bottle. So thank you, Robbie. I have my little knickknacks bag. If anybody watched that other video, I had this big black felt ripped bag of flowers, and now this is a lot smaller. It's really pretty. And then I have just like all the little knickknack things in here, like got like eye drops, lotion, some mints, arnica stuff, a little ibuprofen container, chapstick, some tweezers, some nail clippers, and then a whole mess of bobby pins. Like a whole mess of bobby pins. So I use, whenever I do a bun, I don't generally do a bun, I typically do a side braid, just because it's easier for me to do it, and it's, I don't know, the bun is a pain in the butt for me. Just I have curly hair, so it can be a pain. But I actually don't use bun heads pins or U-shaped pins. I would like to get a hold of some U-shaped pins, not the bun heads ones, because I had the bun heads ones and they would just slide right out of my hair. But I use like regular straight bobby pins, and after a while they just become, they sort of become like U-shaped pins. And I then just like use them the way you would use a U-shaped pin. And that's everything in my little knick-knack bag. I have my wallet, of course, which is really cool because I found this on eBay. And it's the Degas painting, which is really awesome. So I love that. I have still my my hip cream for my tendonitis. And I'm finding out I have a lot more tendonitis type. It's not really tendonitis. I have snapping tendons, I have found out and realized, which is a challenge when dancing, and then it's a challenge when you're on pointe, when they're snapping in your feet. But I will talk about that later. I have my trash bag pants, which are like, have totally become a security blanket for me, especially like at bar anyway. Like in the center, I'm fine without them. At bar, I definitely need them to warm up. I get very cold very easily, and I like the feeling of my legs being super, super warm and even sweating. Also, I have some insecurities about my lines, just because I have a long torso, but I'm short on the bottom. I'm petite on the bottom, so I have short legs, and my lines are kind of like not the best. And also, I don't have a flat knee line. I don't have any hyperextension whatsoever, so my knee doesn't get that kind of flat look, so I get really self-conscious about that, and I don't want to see my knees when I look to the side from the bar. I've got my leg warmers, which I said in my last video, the same pair from my last video, that I made these out of sweater tights. I just cut the legs out of sweater tights for those. And I have a few more pairs somewhere around in this room that were also made from sweater tights. I have the wrap skirt that I wore today, which is a Morella. It's just a Morella standard one size fits all wrap skirt in black, and that's actually been in my bag. I've been using that skirt for days now. I need to wash it. I have a random hair tie. Let me put that here. I have headphones, and I actually need new headphones because these are broken. My current pair of flats, and I wear Sodansas. Sodansa, that's kind of faded, but the Sodansa Bliss or SD16, I am still wearing those. I love them. I think that they're great. I go through them quite quickly now. I'm finding they're dying a lot more quickly. The more my technique improves, the more I take class, they're dying a lot more quickly. I still have like backup pairs of stuff. I have a backup pair of the Sodansas. They're like an old pair that are actually super dead, and I had to pull out the lining. And then I still have the Hanamis in here that I hate. Like I hate these shoes, and they also are too small on me. And I think I'm just saving them for like the right person coming along, having the right size feet, to just like be like, here's a pair of shoes if you need a pair of shoes. I think I've tried to pawn them off to several people, and they're like, it's okay, like, we'll get shoes. Like, I have my deodorant, and I have, I think, another one. I have a spare deodorant as well, which I don't like this deodorant, but I had to buy it on the fly just because, like, I left my deodorant in the bathroom at work, and I was on my way to class, and I had no deodorant, so I was like, I have to stop at the gas station and grab deodorant, and this is all they had. And I hate the smell of it. I don't think there's anything in these little pockets, but in this back pocket, I actually have some Pointe stuff in here. I have an extra pair of the Gainer Minden Instant Wings. This was, I think, the first pair I had. I have another pair in the shoes, and then I have like hair stuff. I have like some hairpin things and more hair ties stuffed in this pocket. I think that's all for the main pocket. Seems like it. Yeah. Let me just throw all this stuff back in here really quick, and then we'll move on to the other two pockets. I'm really, really proud of my dog right now that she's not whining in my face, and she's just sleeping under my sweater. So my apologies, my storage was full and my camera cut out on me, so I had to go delete a bunch of stuff from my phone. So let's move on to the side pockets and try to make it quick before I use up all my storage again. So in this side pocket, I have some neck scare tape, which is a Pointe accessory. So I use it in my Pointe shoes. I have my TheraBands right here that I had the last time, and then I also have my little Suffolk pink ball for rolling out my feet and other places that are sore. This is just my backup neck care. I have some more that I'll show you in just a second. And then in the other side pocket, I have my main Pointe accessories and stuff, and I have them in this cute little tin that I found on Etsy. I think I got it for like 11 bucks or something. It's super awesome. And in it, I have my stitch kit for sewing my ribbons and elastics. The neck care that I use currently. And then a whole mess of toe spacers because I have spaces in certain areas, and the way I was originally fitted was with just two, you know, like, well, one on each foot, between my big toe and my second toe. However, I have extremely compressible feet, and I sink, and I also have snapping tendons, so I actually have to do a really creative arrangement of toe spacers to stop sinking and to avoid snapping tendons in my toes. Because if I wear the spacer just between the big toe and second toe, it puts all of the pressure directed onto the smaller toes, which then the tendons start snapping as a result. And and then if they snap it, which is it's excruciatingly painful, number one, and if they do it enough, then the ball of my foot starts to get sore, and then I can't even dance in soft shoes because I can't releve in soft shoes because the ball of my foot will be very tender. So basically, in the beginning, I was doing a different arrangement of toe spacers, and I took actually a pair of them and stuffed them into the box of my shoe to sink into, to have something soft to sink into instead of sinking straight into the floor. That didn't go well I did it for a while, but like my foot was eating into it because as I sank into it, my toenails would sink into it, and then it would move out of the way, and I'd sink into the floor anyway, and it was just in the way in the shoe, and it was taking up space in the shoe. So what I'm doing now basically is putting tape, because I don't wear padding in my shoe because I get them out, and I'll show them to you. This is the last thing in my bag. Unless there's something, there's a couple other things in here. I have my dance card. I actually pay in cash, but somebody gifted me a dance card a couple months ago, and whoever you were, thank you so much. I love you. It really helped me. I was struggling a lot, and I really needed it at that time. So here are my Pointe shoes. I have this really pretty lace bag I keep them in, which helps them breathe, and it's also really cute. I found that on Etsy. And then so here are my shoes, and I am in Gainer Minden's. I am in the 4 box. I was fitted in the 4 box. I should probably be in the 3+ box, but at the time I got the shoes, the 3+ box was brand new, and the store did not have any in stock. And I also cannot afford to be refitted at this time, and I need to wait till these kick the bucket until I get refitted. And even the 3+ box I will sink, because I think I was sinking in the 3 box as well. I sink like basically in everything. I can stuff my foot. It's so compressible, I can stuff it into like the smallest, narrowest little, you know, Grishko shoe and still manage to sink into the floor. And then if the shoe gets too tight, then my tendons start snapping, and I will probably make a video at some point about my Pointe shoe issues, because I have very strange feet. I have very complicated and difficult feet, and they're shaped in a difficult way that increases the pain when sinking and all of that stuff. But so I wear gainers. I'm in the 4 box. I'm in the supple shank, which is the pink bag. I don't wear padding because gainers are made to not have to wear padding. Also, I can't articulate my foot when I have padding around it. Even if I just put a sock around it, it makes it harder to articulate. Even the toe spacers make it harder to articulate and to point through the shank. So what I do is it helps narrow the box, and it also adds just a little extra cushioning. As I showed you before, the instant wings, and these are the pair that are actually currently in the shoe, and they just slide right in the shoe, and it's the same concept as wearing padding around your foot. It's just you're padding the box instead of your foot. You're not putting it around your foot, you're putting it inside the box, and it's just on top of your foot, so it doesn't get in the way of your toes and all that stuff when you need to articulate through the shoe. So what was it basically, and I got the stretch ribbons because this was the second pair. My first pair was a bad fit. It was a half size too big, and I had the regular ribbons, which were just like shimmying down my leg. They would not stay tied around really tightly. They would just shimmy down and get baggy. So I switched to the elastic ribbons. I highly recommend elastic ribbons. I want to learn to do that thing where it's just the one ribbon and you wrap it instead of having to tie it. And then learning to sew these was such a pain, but I got it down because gainers, like the inside is fused to the satin, so it's a lot thicker and a lot harder to sew through. But so now I've just been doing, like I said before, I do about 2 or 3 layers of the foam tape. It's the Nextcare foam tape around the over the big toe, just to protect it, especially because even on flat, my toe presses kind of hard into the shoe and it hurts. I guess I have sensitive skin, and also gainers little pad, like you can see where like my toenail was like eating the pad because I was sinking so bad. And my toenails are as short as they can go. If I go any shorter, I'll be bleeding everywhere. But their little pad in there is like textured and really not that soft, and so it's not comfortable. So I put the tape around the toes. I wear actually 3 toe spacers. I wear one of the super spacers between big toe and second toe, and then I wear a demi spacer between the next 2 sets of toes, just to make my feet wide enough so that they won't sink. And everybody's like, well, why don't you just wear padding? It's like, because padding, I still sink. I can't articulate, and also it ends up suffocating my foot. Like the padding I was actually fitted with in the beginning, I felt like my feet were being crushed in the shoe. Like it felt like my bones were going to explode. Like it was so tight and so uncomfortable and unbearable. But so that's basically my setup for now with the Pointe shoes. So yeah, and if anybody doesn't know about gainers, they are a more modern shoe. They have a plastic some, I don't know if it's technically plastic, some kind of polymer. I don't really know what the word is for it, but it's not like a traditional shoe where it's cardboard. It's, see the blue layer there. It's and it's pre-arched, and it's made so that it lasts twice to 3 times as long as a traditional shoe. Anyway, so that is the updated what is in my dance bag with all my new exciting stuff and my new dance bag. At some point I will do a room tour of my new room. I am just renting a room. I'm not renting an entire apartment. I cannot afford to rent an entire apartment in this area on what I make and on, you know, dancing 7 hours a week. And then I do want to do a leotard collection and dancewear collections. I'm a little on the fence about them because I get uncomfortable about it, just because, I mean, there's a woman in my class who makes constant comments about my leotards and about how many leotards I have, and she always points out my leotards, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And she's also a very pushy kind of person, and I just feel like, you know, I'm uneasy about it, I guess. Oh, and also in this pocket, I just found this. It's just a little jazz socks, which are, you know, just like little ankle tights. So if you wanted to wear tights with your Pointe shoes, but you're wearing footless tights, you can have a little extra pair. Anyway, I'm gonna end this now because this is gonna be like a 20-minute video after I edit this all together with the last clip that got cut out. Anyway, I am going to try to make the videos that I have set forth to make. I don't know when they will be, but hopefully soon. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And the sun's about to go down soon. It's getting a little darker in here, but I will see you guys in my next video.